Good morning, sugar babies. Hey, sugar. I need to get myself together this morning. I just got back from taking Corey to school. And I don't know what I'm getting ready to do. I know I do have to get myself ready for I have a doctor's appointment today, later today. Yeah. And he woke up last night complaining about his ear. So I'm gonna try to take him when I go. Just washing my face this morning. I put some grapeseed oil on it this morning. I use that as my it's time for me to get a new bottle for my makeup remover. This big bottle right here. Pompeian 100% grapeseed oil, imported from France. And that's what I use to take off my makeup. Oh yeah, just a nice, getting any excess oil off my face this morning. So what I used, as y'all know, is the Clean and Clear. A couple of pumps of that. I brush my teeth with my baking soda. Wash my face with the Clean and Clear and removed any makeup. Galen been in here cleaning or shaving. I got to get another toothpaste squeezer. I know I got some in my closet, but I don't know. I gotta go dig for them. Clean the sink off. That's one thing I can't stand. To go in the bathroom after somebody just brushed their teeth. It smells so nasty to me. And this is the Method all-purpose cleaner. Yeah. I've been back to Target and I didn't even do a haul on it. Not that, you know, it really matters. But I've restocked on my Method and the Mrs. Myers. I think I got 3 or 4 of the Method and the Mrs. Myers, but I've been using them. Shoot, they back gone. Maybe I can still do a first impressions, because I got some new scents, but I think they all the same. The so my tooth. Roll all this toilet tissue. Excuse me, y'all. I try to keep it organized in here, but no. I was up late last night cleaning the kitchen, and it was something stuck to the front of my microwave. Like it might have been flour and water or something. I don't know what that was. But it acted like it didn't want to come off. So I was up 2 o'clock in the morning cleaning. And so now I'm off balance. Because it took me a long time to get to sleep. And I was having some reactions last night. It keeps me up. I don't know what it be. Make sure I tell my doctor today. I got a new doctor. I don't know. When you get into these groups, like healthcare groups, like you go to a particular doctor's office and they'll have a team of people that work together. So, like, your particular doctor may be Dr. Smith, but on that team, it's like 5 or 6 other doctors that if Dr. Smith is not in, they will see you. Well, it started out, I have had within the last 5 years, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 doctors leave. So now they down to 2 that's left. Yeah. And I've never seen these 2 before, so we're gonna see. One thing I can't stand is a provider that is impatient. I know they set a time limit as to, ouch. They set a time limit. Y'all get that bed made up. They set a time limit as to how long they stay on each patient, if at all possible, you know. And so, yeah, I ain't know, you know, sometimes you need your doctor to get them socks from there and go put them in your dirty clothes. They set a time limit as to how long they stay on each patient. I'm like, how is that quality, though? How you providing quality care? Because they basically sit and they rush you. Because what if you go in and you got more than one issue? Ooh, I'm finna break my coffee pot. Jesus, thank you, Lord. What if you have more than one issue that you need addressed, you know? Like me. And I never seem to get a resolution. Let me see how I can set y'all up without you falling. Because it's slippery. The dryer going. I love my husband, but he never puts anything back where he get it. I'm here to tell you. He don't. He really don't. What am I going to eat for breakfast? I think I know. I know. Make us some little grits. Some grits. And get a little pot. So I'm washing clothes. Find the lid. Turn the signal off. I was found the lid. I was on Instagram yesterday, and I don't know how we got on the subject of Tasha Cobbs, but for those of you that have been live with me before know it's certain songs, y'all, that just speak to me. And Jesus Saves was one yesterday. And that thing been in my head all night long. All night long. Certain parts of it. From the cross to the grave, Jesus saves. That part. From the cross to the grave, Jesus saves. Yeah. I wish they would allow us to play music on here while you're live, but or not really live, but you can't monetize the videos. So here is one of my methods. I got this one. I got one in my bathroom. What else I got? What is this? Myers. And I got this one. And I got another one of these. And I got the bathroom cleaners in the other bathroom. And then I got the degreaser. I use this. And the lemon verbena. I got three of these, 2 of those and 1 of the basil. So I use them all. I'm glad they're some good products. I like the way they smell. The basil is starting to get a little overwhelming to me. Yeah, that basil scent, it's alright. I just can't spray a lot of it, and I'm heavy-handed. Let me see, can I use a little bleach, y'all? Because that really just don't. Don't feel right. Ooh, please don't let it make me sick. Morning. Almost. Rest my rag out. No, it ain't bad. Ooh-wee. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to use a little bit at a time. Because, I tight. Let's see who's knocking at the door.
It's Zion. That's why I come.
It's yogi food.
It's foggy outside.
Annie Pom Pom. Say good morning, I'm recording.
Good morning. What time is it? I'm already here.
Hey, Yanni. Who got these jeans on? I got bleach on my hands.
Oh. Give her to me.
Hey, Yanni. Is her shirt on backwards? No, it's not.
This morning I put it on backwards and realized that I had to take it off and put it back on.
You smell good.
butt
Your
backwards
face
today.
is soft.
Yeah.
Your butt backwards.
I'm missing a bottle, so if y'all.
Yes,
find
in the
it-
sink.
Okay, good. I'm milking. All right, bye, baby. Mommy running late. I gotta go. Be good, okay?
Leave her car seat just in case.
Okay.
Yay.
You know she like to
Get it.
ride with Papa.
Oh,
Get it.
oh,
She
get
get
oh,
it. She getting it
oh,
early this morning.
Get it. Jenny, come get her coffee. You ain't doing nothing. Where Daddy?
Hey, you sleep?
Oh.
He knocked out. He had to be up at 4 o'clock this morning. At 4. So yeah. Let's turn you on low. He got sugar in his little things over there, but he will not use it. He gets the big giant thing of sugar. Got to wash that.
Mom,
Huh?
can you wash your clothes for me?
It's $20. Tell me, can I wash her clothes?
It's $20. It costs $20.
Well, I just knocked y'all out real quick, didn't I?
All right, Mom.
Bye. I don't know how to break this up so it's not so long, y'all. Maybe I need to come back once I get everything together. So yeah, let me go on and get everything together. I'll be back. Okay, guys, I'm back. We're getting ready to get breakfast going. Put some jack mackerel. Some jack mackerel. I've already taken the bones out. Got a little oil heating up. Mash these up with my fork. Got Sugarfoot listening at well, she's watching Mickey Mouse eating her cereal. And I just give her dry cereal. And then I'll give her some fruit. I got some plums that I cut up and give to her. And she'll let me know what she wants to drink, whether she want juice or milk. And most likely she'll eat some of this too. Gannon likes to eat. Let's sprinkle a little bit of salt. Onion powder. I could grate onion up in here, but hey, I don't feel like doing that because if I do that, I got to saute it. I got to saute those onions because I don't like crunchy onion. I want the flavor, but I don't want to bite into them, the crunch. flour, about a tablespoon. See how that do. So, I gotta see about Corey's therapy, OT therapy, to see what they're gonna do about that. I can ask his doctor today. Here. Juice. About his OT therapy. Because I haven't received any information about it. I don't know, y'all, because that place used to aggravate me. It did. Turn it up just a little bit. So I got my little set it off braids. My daughter gave me a wig. Well, it's hers, but I took it. I wore it yesterday. And I told her she can't have it back. Using a little vegetable oil. Excuse me, y'all. Ooh, my nose itching. So, we've been trying. I know when Corey was going to OT therapy, they were working with him to try to get him to try new foods. And I tell y'all, it was a task. It was a task. I mean, for real, for real. I mean, he did not want to. She started off, I bought some oranges. Just wanted him to just, you know, taste it. Just put his tongue on it and taste it. Ooh, that was a chore. He was not having it, honey. He was not having it. So, I know, I ain't going to say a lot of you, but I get the comments, you know, from people about Corey not getting a healthy meal or lunch. Maybe I could fry him some chicken legs and, you know, everybody got an opinion about what's healthy and what's not. But when people have not had to deal with a child that has food allergies, and I mean a wide variety of food allergies, when you don't have a child that won't eat certain foods because of the things that they have been through, it's easy for people to tell you what you should and shouldn't do for your children, you know? It is. But Corey sees a doctor regularly, specialist, every 3 months. And lately it's been, he'll see his primary care like twice a month. At the least once a month. And I know that's a lot compared to some other kids. But like today, he got an ear infection. You know? I don't know what's going on with that. But he does. You know? And so, I'm not here to explain myself, but I'm just talking about the situation. Because until I had to deal with my first child being premature, I never had to worry about a special diet for anybody. And so with Jalen being born premature, we had certain milk that she had to have, and she had to have more calories than what would a normal child would have, you know. And I was like, that was the first time, you know, me hearing about that, because I hadn't experienced anything like that. So they would. Who is that? Oh, good morning. Oh. So, you know, dealing with that, with her being premature and she having to have more calories than usual, it was a different story, you know, because some babies would have just normal formula, but she had to have a really high calorie formula, and we couldn't feed her baby food for a certain amount of time. You know, she had to stay on certain formula. We couldn't give her certain amounts of water. It just had to be, you know, what the diet they had her on. And so even with Corey, they know his diet. They know he's 7 years old. And so Corey, from day one, has had problems with the things that he eats. He started out having an allergy to wheat. And y'all know wheat is in so much stuff. So he has the peanut allergy. He has tree nut allergy. Wheat, which is not so much now, but it still causes him to sneeze and his nose run, but it don't break him out and all that like it used to. Dairy products, so he can't have eggs. He can't have cheese. He can't have yogurt unless it's like not from cow's milk, you know. But all of the other stuff he don't like. He don't like it. Now, so certain types of potato chips he can have. The Lay's plain corn chips, he don't like those anymore. And the barbecue potato chips. He eats popcorn, plain popcorn. What else? It's a lot that he don't eat. And before chemo and radiation, Corey used to eat broccoli. He used to eat carrots, green beans, all of that kind of stuff. He used to love vegetables. But I don't know. Well, from what I was told, you know, sometimes chemo and radiation can kill your taste buds. Hey, Sugar, she just ate some dry cereal. And his radiation specialist was like, you know, at a certain time, if his appetite don't pick up, we're going to have to give him something to induce an appetite for him. And so that's what we at, you know, trying to find out what, because there's nothing like if you have an upset stomach and you smell something that you normally used to eat, that you normally would eat, and all of a sudden you get sick, can't nobody tell you how to feel. And so that's what happens now when we try to get him to try things that I know that he used to like to eat, he gets sick. And when you have had, sometimes you just never know what your healing process is gonna be, because with that tumor being from here, from his kidney on the left side, it covered all of this, and it was going over into the other side. Praise God it didn't. And it was laying on top of his stomach. It weighed, it was larger than a cantaloupe, so it weighed about 5 pounds. And, you know, that was kind of hard. And then when they do the radiation on this area, it can do some damage to you. And so, you know, it's hard for me, because I want my baby to eat plums and peaches and nectarines. I want him to eat. Now, he eats greens. He don't eat the leaves, but he wants the juice off of it. So, hey, that, and he loves rice. So, he gets the rice. He doesn't like brown rice because of the texture. And, you know, people can sit on the outside and look in, but you the parent, you can make him eat it. You can't make somebody eat something if it's going to make them sick. you know, I'm just not going to do it. Because I know I wouldn't want somebody to force feed me if it's going to make me throw up. You know what I mean? And so I give him what I know he will eat. He eats grapes. So that's the vegetable that he gets. I get every so often, and I don't show it in my videos because sometimes I'll, you know, just go to the store and get it. But the Capri Suns, the 100% natural Capri Suns, I try to get things that I have, like I bought V8 Splash, or the V8 with, not V8 tomato juice, can't stand that. But the ones that have all the different vegetables and fruits mixed in together. And he'll drink that. When I buy it for myself, I'll put it on some ice in a cup and he'll drink that. So he does get, when they do his blood work every 3 months, he's right on track. They don't feel as though he's, you know, he needs any supplements besides iron pills. Well, not iron, but the kids' multivitamins. So he gets those, and I keep them in my cabinet. I just have to keep an eye out on his appetite. I have to keep an eye out on his breathing. I have to keep an eye out on his, just his overall health. Things that you don't pay attention to with a so-called normal child, I have to pay attention to. I have to pay attention to whether his circulation, like his fingers turning blue, because there's something called neuropathy that they go through, you know, with chemotherapy. I don't know how long after your treatments are done that it can still affect you. Who knows? But Corey was the different kind of child, because the stuff that they knew was very common to happen, he didn't have those side effects. He had the ones that they don't see that often, that they have seen, but it's not the common side effects. So he had the side effects. Of course, he had some of the neuropathy, but it didn't last a long time. He had the drooping of the eyelids, meaning he looked like Mr. Magoo. He could not open his eyes all the way. He had something called body aches, where his body would hurt. But there's no medication that they can give for that because it's a side effect of the chemotherapy. And all they would tell me to do is sit him in the tub in some warm water and let him sit in there as long as he wants to. And we used to do that. And he had the hair loss, you know. I remember falling apart the first time I saw his eyebrows come off. I went to wipe his face with a baby wipe. And he had a little toothpaste in his hairline. And I wiped it with a baby wipe, and child, a patch of hair came off. Oh my gosh. I cried like a baby because it was like reality set in, you know. It's not that I was oblivious as to what my baby was going through, but the things that you see, when you see little kids with bald heads and their faces and they have dark circles under their eyes and they're in wheelchairs and all this kind of stuff, you sympathize. You don't know how they feel because you haven't gone through that, but you're like, oh, you know, Lord bless them, Lord. You know, help them, Lord. I'm going to speak for me. You have those kind of feelings. But then when you see your child with the dark circles start to come around his eyes, you know, and the hair starts to come off, that kind of stuff, the lips start to turn blue. After treatment, you see he would throw up. And, you know, all of that kind of stuff. It just, you know, so I do have to pay more attention to him. Not that I don't pay attention to my other kids, because I do. Because Jalen has her own issues. They both they have eczema. They have asthma. You know, Jalen, I have to keep up with her learning to make sure she's not falling behind. Because, you know, that's one thing they tell you. When you have a child that's premature, and she was born at 26 weeks, so that's 3 months early. Nobody can tell you how your body is going to develop. They just have a guideline that they go by because of what they've seen in other people. But they can't tell you this is going to happen, that's going to happen. They know that these things happen. So they tell you what to look out for. And they can't tell you at what stage it happens. So it's just certain things you have to keep your eyes out for. I have to keep an eye on Corey because Corey don't know the things that he can't have. I'll tell him, Corey, you can't have this because you're allergic to it. He don't know what allergic is. I'll tell him that it'll make you sick. So he knows that. But when he come home and tell me, Mommy, I shared my food with somebody, my light go off. Oh, did you eat what they had? You know, because a lot of kids bring peanut butter and jelly to school, and he can't have peanut butter at all. At all. He can't be, no, he can't have it. Hey, Ganny Gang. That's Ganny Juggy. Uh-oh, I dropped some on the stove. Ganny Juggy. Hey. Say hey, Ganny. Sorry about that, y'all. I had a phone call come through. But, yeah. A hamburger over here ready to dig in.
That's right. It smell like breakfast ready. It smell good. I'm going in. Good morning, y'all.
So I know, you know, it's not that I don't think you want this black pepper.
Sure.
Because I know you're going to want it for your grits.
How you know that? Oh, let me see that.
I'm your wife. So that's how come I know.
A couple of them, please. Thank you.
There you go.
Fish and grits early in the morning. The good stuff.
I actually woke up hungry this morning. Can you believe it?
I can't believe that. That means you're starting to feel a little bit better. Raymond.
Oh, yeah. I still feel nauseous, but I'm hungry. That's kind of conflicting, isn't it? Whoa.
Yeah, it is. Just pop off the video. I see you. What you doing on there? You let you doing something or you taking a dump.
So, yeah. It's hard dealing with a child with food allergies or things like that. Jalen was my first child that I had to take care of to where I had to be mindful of what we let her eat, what we let her drink, and all of that. And, of course, she's now 13 years old. Thank you, Jesus. And she eats like a horse. But Corey has a good appetite for the things that he likes, the things that he can eat. Like, you know, he's not one, even though he don't have a wide variety of foods that he eat, the stuff that he likes, you can't let him eat it constantly because he'll get tired of it. And so, like the hamburger patties, only Daddy can fry him a hamburger patty. I don't know why. It may be in his head that he wants certain people to do certain things. Hamburger patties, he likes sausage, just plain sausage. He don't eat any bread at all. He'll eat the greens juice and rice. He'll eat crackers, Ritz crackers, plain crackers. Yeah, that'll be his bread. What else? He'll eat a chicken drumstick.
Yeah.
But Daddy has to fry it. You can't go out to Popeyes, Church's Chicken, that kind of stuff, and buy him a chicken drumstick. He won't eat it. Now, he used to, remember when he first started chemotherapy, and before, he would eat Church's Chicken. He wouldn't eat Popeyes, but he would eat Church's. And I guess it killed his taste buds. He won't eat Church's Chicken no more. Because every Thursday we took him to chemotherapy. After we left chemo on Thursdays, we would take him to Church's Chicken. We would take him and get him a large McDonald's fry and a drumstick from Church's. He wouldn't eat Church's French fries, but he wanted McDonald's French fries and a drumstick from Church's. And so that's the way he ate. And he got to the point where we would go in there, and the lady, she was like, "Oh, my little buddy," and she would just stand and watch him eat. The lady behind the counter at Church's, and he would have his little beanie cap on, you know, to cover his bald head. And you know, people change. People change. When you have a child that has illnesses, you have to do whatever works. And so, Corey won't eat food like room temperature food, like his greens and stuff like that. The green juice, all of that has to be hot. You can't give him nothing room temperature. He will not eat cold French fries, and I don't blame him. I don't eat cold French fries, not like that. You know. Now you put them in a child's lunchbox. I don't eat cold hot dogs, like the Lunchables that has the hot dogs in them. I don't eat that kind of stuff. I just don't. And I don't feed it to my child. He don't eat it no way. So, you know, I thank you guys for your suggestions about how to what to do for him. But when you don't know what's going on, that's why you always should be one to do research before you start telling people how wrong they are about their life or what they're doing. Because I share more than people feel like I should share. I get the little sideways comments. I get the little, you know, how people subliminal messages. I get that stuff, you know, especially if you just did something and they come back and tell you about it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. And in the words of my girl CeCe Brown, opinions are just like noses or buttholes. Everybody got one, you know. And I try my best because I have been in the fire. And I stay in the fire, seem like, that I try not to tell you what you should do about your kids. Because, hey, whatever works for you, as long as you ain't abusing them, you know. I mean, as long as you ain't feeding them nothing that's going to kill them. Poisonous, that kind of stuff. And so that's where I'm at with my son, with my kids, period. Mia is now, she's developed an allergy to seafood. She can't have shrimp, well, shellfish. Shrimp, she can't have crab, she can't have oysters, the things that she loves. She hasn't always been that way. But now she can't. So even though y'all see us eating shrimp and crab, if I cook with crab or shrimp, I always make something separate that I know she can eat. And she says, "Mommy, I want to try it. Can you give me some Benadryl?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not taking a chance like that. No." Now, the older she get, I may try it and see how she does with it. But just, no, you know. And I know it's heartbreaking to her that she can't have crabs and oysters because she loves them. But I just have to do what works for me. A lot of people complain about I cook too many meals. Well, I do that because my children have allergies. And if the Lord provides for me to buy a large family pack of ground beef and I can split it in 3 ways and make a meal, if I can spend $25 and I have a meal for 3 days, we can eat out of 3 different meals. Whoever eat, you eat. As long as you eat, that's all that matters to me. As long as you eat. As far as Corey is concerned, yes, he gets potato chips in his lunchbox. He gets popcorn. He gets the only fruit that he will eat, and that's grapes. He gets juice. He gets water. When he's home, that's when he gets a hot meal. They don't heat his food up at school, so that's why I don't send it. Like the certain things, I could send the rice and the collard green juice to school, but they won't heat it up, you know. So you want somebody to eat something cold? I'm not going to do that to my child because I know it's going to make him sick. That's just how he is. His dad is like that. Galen will not eat anything cold like that. You got to have his food piping hot. But when it come down to, I wish the school would heat his food up for him. And we're working with somebody now. They're trying to get him an advocate to help him in school that will be there with him when he eats his lunch. That will be there with him when he takes his test. That will be there with him when he's out on the playground. that kind of stuff because he has these things going on. Corey has activity-induced allergies, asthma. That means when he's outside on the playground and they telling him he got to do the relay race, or if he's jumping up and down and he's outside, that can set his asthma off. I mean, real quick. And he doesn't, he don't wheeze like that. He'll start to cough. And he'll keep coughing. And that's him. And then what gets me is if he's on the playground and he's having an asthma attack, he got to go all the way inside to have a breathing treatment. So he has to have, his PE teacher has to have a pouch with his EpiPen in it and his inhaler with the spacer with him. And I know that aggravates some people because they're not used to having to do that. They don't like having to give one child special treatment, but that's what the law calls for, you know. I can put him in a special school, but if you tell me that you're going to accommodate him, and I just need you to do that. And so they working with him. They're doing, and we're working right now to get some other things addressed and taken care of that I know can help my baby. But until he grows out of his allergies, we're going to have to work with what we have. He went a few months ago for his other allergy test. And some of the things that he was allergic to, and what got me is she was stuck because she was like, dog, the levels that he tested at when they first did the allergy test is higher than what it was then. So it's like he's even more allergic to certain things now than he was then. And she was like, wow, that changed drastically. And so he has environmental allergies, meaning he's allergic to certain grass, he's allergic to certain trees, dust mites, mold, cockroaches. The list goes on. And if you send your child outside to play at school, he's allergic to grass, who knows what it's gonna do to him? You know what I mean? And so I have to medicate him. If y'all saw my video yesterday, I did. That's how I have to get him prepared for the day. The nasal sprays, the eye drops, because if I send him to school and his allergies are acting up and his eyes red, they call me instantly. You got to come get him. His eyes are red. They don't stop and think about that as his allergies. They don't care. They just feel like, okay, come get him. He got the cooties. So I have to tell him it's his allergies. If you need me to come and give him some eye drops, I will, and you will see. Give him 10 minutes and his eyes clear up. So I give it to him in the mornings before he go to school. He gets his nasal sprays. He gets his allergy medication. And just like yesterday, he had started to wheeze first thing in the morning. So he has his 2 puffs that will help him to relieve his lungs. So it's just a lot when it comes down to your child. It's a lot when it comes down to your life. And that's one thing that a lot of people just really don't care about. They feel like what they feel is law, and that they know more than you, that they can tell you how to raise your child. Let me tell you something. It's some people out here in this world that eat very healthy, but as far as the doctors are concerned, they're obese. Like me. I'm 5 foot, 4'11", 5 foot, however you want to call it. But as far as my doctor is concerned, I'm obese. And because a lot of people see me drink soda, I drank a ginger ale, okay? Hey, I was in the hospital the other night, and what did they give me to drink to soothe my stomach? Ginger ale. Okay, they didn't give me water. They didn't give me juice. They gave me ginger ale. And so that's what I drank. And for those of you that were live with me, y'all saw that. I was live on Instagram while I was in the emergency room. And they did. They gave me saltine crackers, and they gave me a ginger ale to drink. And they had given me some nausea medicine. So, you know, people form an opinion about what the things that you ingest is going to do to you. Just like you might be able to take over-the-counter medication. I can't. So what works for you won't work for me. What works for me won't work for you. How I feed my children is different than how you feed your children. And people can be so insensitive sometimes about the things that they say. There's a point in life where we all have something that God has given us, and it's called choice. He has given us the opportunity to stop and think about what you're getting ready to say. He says, your thoughts are not my thoughts. Your ways are not my ways. Okay? I'm not God. But that just lets me know that the way that I think may not be the way that he thinks. But he gives us his word to guide us in the way that he thinks. You know, this is what we can take on. We can choose to train our minds to think like this. He gave us Jesus as the example. He gave us the Bible as the example. That, you know, and then when it speaks about the things that you ingest, he said, don't worry about what you put in your mouth, because he has conditioned the body. He made the body to cleanse what you eat, and it shall come out. Okay? It shall come out. But what we have to be mindful of is what we allow to come out our mouth. And so the judgment that we put against people is the same judgment that will be held against us. I'm not here to point fingers at anybody. I didn't call any names, but I'm just letting y'all know. Whatever you do in your life, use what God has given you, and that is choice. Stop and think about what you're getting ready to say before you say it, because you're on the outside looking in. God did not make everybody's life is going to run the same way. No. Everybody don't learn the same way. We can't eat the same things. I saw one of my YouTube sisters. She was eating some hummus, and it looked so good. I went and bought some hummus. I promise you, the first time I ate it, it gave me the super duper the rears, okay? It gave me the rears. And I haven't eaten it since. Certain things that I might want to eat, I can't eat. Like, I would love to be able to take an over-the-counter decongestant to help me even right now with the swelling in my face, to get rid of this stuff that's in my head. But I can't. My body, it does something different to my body. And so when it comes down to when you guys see me prepare food, no, I might not prepare all. We're not vegans. We're not vegetarians. You know, we eat pork, okay? But the word tells us if I believe that it's okay, then it's okay. If you believe that it's not okay, then that's your belief. It's according to what you believe. Okay? And I believe that it's okay. I believe that it'll be cleansed. I believe that it's going to nourish my body. You know? I know that too much sugar in your body is going to can cause adverse reactions. I see people right now that love sweets, but they're not diabetics. They can eat sweets. They can, you know, go all day, but they're not diabetics. We have some children that are born into this world as diabetics. It's not their fault. But can we blame their parent for them being a diabetic? No. We don't pick and choose what illnesses we have. We don't pick and choose what things come about. There's some people, what about infants that are born with cancer? They didn't choose to have cancer. But yet somebody can sit on the outside, well, what did you do that your child got cancer? It's nothing that a parent can do that can cause their child to have cancer. There are certain diseases that we can get that are transmitted from person to person. That's why we have to be careful. And so when it comes down to being judgmental in people's lives, we're going to have to stop it. But I know that's because of the devil. And I know that's because of people feel like they know everything. They can tell you how you should run your life. They can tell you what works for you. Just because you can eat Brussels sprouts don't mean I like Brussels sprouts. I would love to be able to eat Brussels sprouts, but they're a little bitter. And maybe one day I'll learn how to fix them to where they suit me. You know, it's just what you do. Some people can't eat bread. My baby can't eat bread. I would love to be able to fix him a ham sandwich. He don't even eat lunch meat. Corey don't eat ham. He don't eat turkey. Excuse me. He don't eat that kind of stuff. He don't even eat neck bones, but he'll eat the juice off of neck bones and rice. You know? Excuse me. So, I made a point to speak about this because I know I have a lot of new people on my channel. And some people might not even listen to this video this far in because it's so long. But, you know, it is what it is. And I thank you guys for even pushing play. But I'm going to be blocking some folks. Not that y'all even care. You know what I mean? I'm not going to even respond in the type. I'm not going to even type that. I'm not going to type it. I'm not going to respond to it. I don't show my children favoritism. But when you have a child that's sick, yes, you do have to pay extra attention to them. Okay? Each one of my kids, my girls in the morning, y'all don't always see me get them dressed. Like yesterday, y'all didn't see me do their hair. You didn't see me, the process that we have in the mornings. I do have to pay them some attention, okay? I do cater to my girls. When they're going through, I'm there and I'm hands-on. You know, I don't believe in when my kids tell me, Mama, my ear is hurting. Okay, I'm just going to doctor you up. I'm going to try to remedy the thing myself. No, I don't play with stuff like that. And you know what? Corey taught me that. And even my own life taught me that. I don't play when it comes down to what can go on with the body. I'm not a doctor, and I most certainly am not God. He knows all. Okay? I don't. And so I don't play about stuff like that. If I got to be up, like last night, Corey came 1 o'clock in the morning. His ear was hurting. I picked up the phone and called his doctor. And she told me what to do and to bring him in today. Point blank and period. I don't play about stuff like that. Because the last time homeboy came and said, Mommy, my stomach, I didn't say, oh, well, maybe you need to poo-poo. And he came back a second time. Okay, let's go. I took him to the emergency room, and my baby had a mass in his stomach. I don't play about stuff like that. I don't. When it comes down, when you tell me that you're nauseous, okay, we're going to start with one thing. We're going to work our way through it. Like Jalen the other day, she was like, Mama, my stomach feels sick. I told her to get a ginger ale and drink it. And it did. It helped out. She was like, wow, Mama, that did make me feel better. Because Jalen really do not drink sodas. Jalen is the milk and water child in the house. She really do not drink sodas. But she'll drink a ginger ale now. She'll drink a Sprite. And she likes root beer. But it's not something that she has to have. And, you know, it's just certain things. If even with a fever, you don't play with a fever. You don't know what your body is trying to fight off. You don't. If the fever gets too high, you know you either go to the doctor or you go to the emergency room. Point blank and period. I don't play with stuff like that. Now, Mia is my child that I have to really watch when she gets a temperature. Because she starts to hallucinate. Her body goes through some changes that my other kids don't go through. She'll break out in blisters when she gets a fever. Her mouth will blister, her fingers will blister, and even after her fever is going away or whatever she's fighting, as she begins to heal, her body goes through a process. Her skin will peel. She'll break out in a rash all over. This is after the fever is gone and she's through with the medication. But her healing process it's like she's shedding. She'll break out in a rash all over and her skin will begin to peel. She'll have red bumps all over her, look like hives. And a couple of days later, you'll see it. Her palms will start to peel. You know, it's crazy. She'll go through that kind of process. And you just never know. Each person that God has put here on earth has differences. And so, being a parent of 6 kids, you got to pay attention to all of them. Even though my older ones are older, they still come to me. Ashley will say, you know, Mama, such and such is going on, you know. I don't know everything, but if I have gone through some things and I can identify with it, or I've known somebody that has dealt with that, I can tell you what I've seen. Hey, but you need to make sure you go to your doctor and get that checked out. You know? I just don't believe in self-diagnosis. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in trying to treat things with herbs, going out and spend $300 or $400 on some herbs, and I don't know what I'm doing. I am not a witch doctor, okay? And I don't want to be. But I'm going to consult the chief physician. And if he sends and made a way for there's something to be called a primary care, a doctor, period, and they specialize in different things, we're going to go see you first, okay? And if you tell me it's nothing can be done, that's different. Or if you tell me it's just the virus is going to have to take its course, then we're going to have to watch it. Within that course, what should I do? Should I give Tylenol? Should I give Motrin? Should I bathe them with oatmeal? Should I do that? I need to know. I'm going to do it. And we're going to let God do whatever. That's just, it takes us back to faith without works is dead. You can't say you have faith and don't do nothing. So you can't say that you want God to heal you, but you don't take the medication. God can pick and choose how he healed. But we got to still walk it. Point blank, period. You want some? Don't sit right there. That's hot.
One for me and I'm gonna make one for the baby.
Sugi. So yeah. This is a long video. Me getting ready. I might have to do a get ready with me video instead of putting it in this vlog. But I have stood here and I have talked for the longest. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. I know, and see, because I have chosen to press record, I put myself in a position for somebody to look at my video and make a judgment. I already know that. But there's something called history. I have so many videos, and yes, they're long, and a lot of people, and I know y'all don't even have to tell me. I already know they're so long that your patience is short. I don't feel like going and listen to all of that. I understand, but some people will listen to it, you know. But if you are not one to do the research, then you should not be one to have to give your opinion. Okay? That's just like if you're on any job and they give you an assignment, but you didn't go and read the instructions. You didn't go and do your research on this particular company that these people are going to talk about. But you go in the meeting and you give your opinion, but you have no idea what you're talking about. You don't know when were they founded, why were they founded, who the owner is, what was his intention for this, what is the project about, what are you going to accomplish with this task. What you know nothing. But you're going to sit there and you're going to give your opinion. And that's exactly what people begin to do. You give your opinion and you don't know the history. Even if you have watched some of my videos, your opinion really don't matter. You know why? Because it's not going to change the fact that my child has allergies. It's not going to change the fact that, yes, I can fry him a drumstick. Yes, I can fry him some french fries and send it to school and it get cold in his lunchbox. Who in the world eats cold chicken? Some people do. Look, I take that back. Some people love cold chicken. But I'm not one of them. No, I'm not one of them. I'm not one. It's just something about the texture. No. Cold french fries, You know, I get it. I get it that it's so many other ways to do certain things. But when you have tried, we have 2013 to 2017. We have been on this journey of trying to find out and to feed and nourish our son. He sees an oncologist. He sees a neurologist. He sees a urologist. He sees an allergist. He has a nutritionist. He has a pediatrician. He has a radiation specialist. He has a hematology doctor. He has a psychologist. He has a speech therapy doctor. He has all of these doctors. And no, y'all don't see all of these appointments. Y'all don't. Because, hey, sometimes they don't want you to record. They don't. So, I don't show all of that. I have in the past shown that. But some people just don't want, you recording like that. And I'm okay with that. But I know what my walk of life is. I'm not perfect. I slip, I get lazy. Just like anybody else. I get aggravated, I get frustrated. I would love to be able to make a slew of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, turkey sandwiches, ham sandwiches. Put them in Ziploc bags and put them in the refrigerator. That's lunch. That's snack. I can't do that. I can't do that. I would love to be able to make a lot of different meals and he sit down at the table and he eat the same thing we eat. Corey don't even eat pasta like that. He'll eat the ramen noodles. He don't even eat the spaghetti strings out of spaghetti. He'll eat the meat out of spaghetti, but he don't eat the spaghetti strings, that type. He don't eat pasta like that. And so, it's just a whole lot. It's a lot. I would love to be able to give my baby a bagel and some cream cheese. Or a bagel with jelly. He doesn't eat jelly. He be like, no. it is what it is. But even with your hang-ups, people in general, whatever, and when I say hang-ups, whatever your issues might be, as far as your health, things that you like, nobody can tell you what works for you. If you ask their opinion, then you give it. But as far as you looking at somebody and telling you you should eat more healthy than that, who's to tell me what is healthy for me? Nobody. I could eat carrots, and I love carrots. I eat carrots raw. I eat carrots cooked. I love carrots, but it didn't stop me from wearing eyeglasses. Come on. I've always loved carrots. Okay? Just like me, I love broccoli. I could eat I eat raw broccoli in my salads. But it gives me so much gas. Okay? And acid reflux. What else? I don't like plain tomatoes, uncooked tomatoes. They make me sick. I just can't. I just don't. I don't do raw onion. I'll eat cauliflower, cooked cauliflower, zucchini, squash, carrots, greens, cabbage, certain types of lettuce. You know, that kind of stuff. I love it. But let me tell you something. The day that my eyes close and the day that your eyes close will be the day that you go home to glory. And that's because God said so. You could be a vegan. You could be a vegetable kind of person all your life. But it still will not stop you from getting sick. It will not stop you from getting, you know, whatever might happen to you in your life. It won't. I got some people that may weigh more than I am. They might be even more healthier than I am. Who knows? That's why you can't judge a book by its cover. You can't look into somebody else's window and just form an opinion. You can't. Just by what you see. You don't know what it took to get to that point. You don't know what's really going on. You don't know. Like you can see two people standing and looking at each other. And they mouth moving. But you can't hear what's being said. You don't know if they having an argument. You don't know what the conversation is. But you can form your opinion. Say, hey, Granny. Say, hey. Daddy, so gay.